Hi, Rizwan. Hope you can hear me.
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Sorry about the things. I'm still on time. I think it's a 150,
Yes, yes, you are
7:15. Yeah,
exactly on time. No need to
on time.
worry.
Yeah. So that's a good thing. At least resolve the issues. Yeah. Thanks for having me. And can I get started now? Or
Yes, it is. You can share your screen and you will be able to present your slide and all whatever content you have. We can
awesome.
start already.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, thank you, thank you. First of all, I want to have a big thanks to all the organizer. I know it's a tough thing. I'm doing a lot of events on a regular basis. I know that how much time and lot of issues they face. So a big thanks to the organizer and also the attendees who are in this session. So I want to share something which I want to present, and then hope you can see my screen. Here. Yeah, right.
Yes, we
So
can see your screen.
awesome, awesome. Yes, I put in my timer for 45 minutes so I don't overshoot. I'm mostly excited about new technology, so I mostly overshare the information, right? So yeah. So thanks everyone. It's, again, Global AI Bootcamp Philippines. I'm really excited to share this information. I've done 3 sessions previously this month, and Singapore and Nigeria. This is my third session, and I'm really excited that how the GenAI applications can be protect your application in your ecosystem, the Microsoft ecosystem, right? So that is what we're talking about. So if you want to have my contact is there in my LinkedIn tree. You can see all things. I have my email and my LinkedIn. Um, so at least you can contact me. Myself, I'm RO based in Singapore. I'm a regional Microsoft Cloud architect in one of the manufacturing industry in Singapore, but it's called Sysmax, which is you can see in the screen. And I have a habit of sharing more information. I learn and share information, whether it's Power Platform, whether it's SharePoint, anything which is people want to get to know about new technology. So AI is something new all the time. So I want to share about how we can protect our AI applications using the Microsoft stack of technologies, right? So a lot of things are inside, but let me deconstruct what we want to share. The first thing first, we talk about the importance of the securing GenAI applications. And we also think about the threat vectors. There's so many issues with the hackers, scammers, right? They're doing multiple things, jailbreaking and model theft. So how we can protect. And then we think about something which is a Microsoft technologies. So the first two are generic concepts, and the other three are more into the Microsoft stack of technologies. So all Microsoft Purview and things which we'll see in the later stage. And also to make you more aware, I have a case study, and we work on the case study, and then using that case study, we actually try to implement in our demo, so that you have a clear picture that in the actually in the theory how it does, and in the practical what we can do inside. So you have a holistic view how to protect the AI applications with your ecosystem with Microsoft. Okay. Now, first thing first, this is coming from all other. Um, um, I think you have seen other sessions as well, but most important aspect is in when you go to securing the applications is that many organizations, Fortune 500, Fortune 100, they think that there are a lot of benefits of using the AI, right? A lot of innovation you can use it. It could be your Microsoft technologies, could be Google Gemini or Amazon Bedrock, which are the GenAI applications, and we can use it. That is something which is most of the organizations with no second thoughts, they're using it. They have the thought on that. However, the security perspective, the most of the organizations have a significant potential of the attacks, right? So when you're talking about cybersecurity, security is anyways is most important thing, but now because GenAI applications is easy to be hacked and tracked. So 73% of the organizations, Fortune 500 companies, think that how we can protect it. And the other thing which is very not so good is that 48% of the leaders are banning GenAI applications. Okay, I'm giving some names. You understand how things think. Think about big telcos, right? Telcos like Samsung, Apple, Verizon, they are banning the the GenAI applications. Could be ChatGPT or any other the third-party tool which are using, right? Because they feel that their sensitive information can be leaked very easily, right? So that is something with that. Think about banks. Think about JP Morgan, the largest bank in USA. Think about the Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, Citibank, all are banning it. What's the reason? The reason is because GenAI applications has a just like a storm in last 2 years, right? And there's no much security people, and they don't know how to use it, and that's why they're banning it. And this banning is just temporary. I give you things. This 48% will be reduced to 30, 40, and maybe 10% in next few years. Reason being because the people want to use AI, however, they have no proper architecture how to do it. So that's why people are banning it, right? Tech giants, right? Think about Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, and Nvidia. They're also banning it because they also feel that there could be a big security breach from their customers, right? So this number will go down, obviously, but we have to think twice that how we can protect, right? And this particular session, always 45% or 45 minutes, show you what we can achieve in that. So the main risk which we are facing is the oversharing, right? When you do oversharing, we also have some issues with the sensitive information. Think about the healthcare industry, right? Think about financial institutes. Think about this very small companies which you want to make some product for healthcare. Think about that, right? It's very small companies. They also think about data leakage. And other thing is we have think about the AI risk, right? Think about we having so much open source models like Hugging Face and Meta AI, those things. It's a it's too much information from the CIO and from the management, right? So we have to think that how we can manage, and we always have some model vulnerability. We'll talk about in detail later on that. So these are the top vulnerabilities which the AI models have, and how we can actually try to reduce it. We talk about that in the latest things. Now, there are a couple of things we have. Now, let's go to the Microsoft technologies. First thing is that we can use pre-built applications like if you using AI Builder, those things like plug and play kind of applications. Okay, that is a good thing. However, if you want to have some custom applications, like example, no code, low code, which is using Copilot Studio and Azure AI Studio, whatever it is, there's some kind of governance is required, right? That is important to take note. So what here we talk about is about the how we can build custom AI applications, not pre-built, because pre-built is already secured by the Microsoft technologies. However, when we put custom applications, think about I have an applications which is a no code using Copilot Studio, but I want to integrate with Salesforce, right? And the integration, the API may be hacked or people have misused it. So we have to understand that when you use AI custom applications, there's some kind of a security has to be enabled, right? That is something, right? So just want to give you context, right? This is something we have new service attacks, right? Think about basic GenAI applications. We have prompts, we have an AI applications, we have an orchestration model. It's an AI platform. It could be a Copilot Studio, could be AI our Foundry. So a lot of this can be done in one very simple or complex AI applications, right? So what we have to understand that the Gen AI threats are in real, and this is happening across the globe, right? Now I want to just deconstruct that how the things works, right? So if we want to have a threat, landscape, think about a user, think about a normal user. You want to use as a usage of the AI, maybe we want to have from Copilot Studio, or want to use the AI Studio, and then want to use it. And then what can happen is that it could be have a directly a data leakage, or a prompt injections. If you know about the SQL injection, the same thing can apply to the user. A user can ask some kind of a question, and then some malfunction prompt injection can actually leverage and then can expose the AI application, right? That is something very important. Data leakage, the sensitive information, hallucination, over reliance of the AI is so many things can be happen in the user standpoint. Now, the other view is about the AI applications, your infrastructure, right? So data pricing, think about the supply chain risk. So these are the new buzzwords, but it's not a buzzword. It's actually there for many years because the GenAI application is new. So this new, it looks new words, but data poisoning is there for many years, right? It could be a single about on-premises applications, and somebody hack your applications or scam the applications and then using your personal data. That is a data poisoning, right? So I want to share something with you uh, in my demo, so that to get the clarity that I have created a simple a document where the AI threats are happening, right? Think about the example of the um, um, prompt injection, right? If user can bypass the safeguard, and think about a user asking about your confidential data, like your credit card information, right? That is a very important aspect for the sensitive information, right? Data leakage, over reliance on the AI. Example, if I want to share about AI, but I don't trust it, obviously I'm sharing with my management, it's obviously people make use of that, right? So we are always cross check. Think about a doctor using AI, and he, rather than using a COVID thing, he actually diagnoses a cancer patient, right? That is using over reliance of AI. But right now, because Microsoft actually in building a lot of new features, so this feature won't be happening to you in general, right? And giving you a concept, because when you're using these AI applications, we have to be aware and cognizant that these applications do happen, right? So wallet usage, about data poisoning were shared, a jailbreaker thing and all, right? Example, I can, you know about iPhone when it just came in 2007, a lot of people jailbreak the iPhones, right? Because they think that the new applications, because Apple always have lesser applications, but when you jailbreak more, you can add more applications, but you warranty is gone with that. So same thing applied to AI applications, that if you jailbreak and obviously is don't using the proper guidelines, then all the things can be happen. Think about, I just happened in Singapore that an AI chatbot was talking to as a police that I'm a person, and you have to come to this office and then pay the money and all. So these kind of things will really happen. This jailbreaking thing has become more common later on, but things is happening in across the globe, this jailbreaking thing, right? So we have to aware that it's common applications, right? Now I will change my gears and talking about how other things we can actually protect, right? Let me go to my applications, right? So jailbreaking talking about. So also about the jailbreaking and also the model thefts, right? So if somebody used my AI model and tweak it so that the data is exposed, that is called as a model theft, right? Also model vulnerabilities, right? They are every month new AI plugins are coming, right? And we don't know whether they are safe models or not. So we have to be aware of that, right? So there are four main parts we have to consider, that we have to put safety in place, right? Most important, safety should be always in place, right? And other thing is that it should be visible to all the users, right? Whether it's a normal end user, or whether it's a C-level, or whether it's a CFO or the CEO, they should be using the application without any kind of security breach, right? So AI application in general can be used by 10 people or can be used by 1,000 people, depends on the usage, right? And how your AI application is secured and governed, that is very, very, very important. If I talk about the 48% is coming from mostly from this particular part, AI models and the platform, right? So we have to concern that, right? And the last part is the visibility. It's sensitive information. Am I sharing this information with external user, or I'm just sharing with my internal users? That is something which we have to take care of that. Okay. Now, good thing is that you are into Microsoft technologies. So Microsoft by default have something called as AI content safety filters, through which you can all your the harm and the security and quality is actually baked in. So example, if I write a simple Azure AI Foundry applications and integrate with SAP, I don't have to do anything else. However, because it's third-party applications, I have to do some filtering because my usage will be by all end users across the globe. So security and compliance is very important. And anything which is the prompt could be anyone can ask some questions, right? And they ask some questions which is a violence, a hate, a sexual content, or custom categories and all. So this AI content safety will actually help you in that, right? Same thing about the prompt injections and the things which I shared with you previously, that these content safety will be always inside with you. So that is something we have to be aware, but we can make it our AI application more stronger using some case study where we'll talk about that one. So again, something about the groundedness, right? Which is a factual information, is a fake information, right? Are we using a text if it is a hate or violence or sexual content, or is it images, right? So we have to be aware that quality and compliance is met, right? Again, or that 48% is not for AI models, but more into compliance side, right? It's very important that when you use an AI applications, your security and compliance is met, because when you work in an AI application, it's just not in Asia, it's also used by all other people using in other countries like Europe, USA, Latin countries, New Zealand, Australia, all have to use it, right? So that is, we have to think about that, right? And again, you see that there are many ways to mitigate this thing, which we can do about the quality, groundedness, and the things. I can have one more session on that, but just want to give you the just gist of that is that using Microsoft stack of technologies, this is an inbuilt technologies, we can use it, and everything will be baked in, right? However, if you want to protect, we talk about the case study, which I'm going to share with you in next few seconds. Okay. Now, when we talk about the AI security, we're talking about AI and the Microsoft Security and Azure AI, right? And in that context, we are talking about three main filters, three main products, right? The first product we have to think is about something what is called as a Microsoft Purview. Okay, right? And this talk about all the data security and governance, and talking about all the things which are shared about the data poisoning, data thefts, model vulnerabilities, jailbreaking concepts, all are factored in. But the thing here is that the Purview is not free. It's an add-on. I will talk about thing later on. But then when you combine with your custom application with Purview, you have peace of mind that Purview and your AI safety are have pure peace of mind, because Purview will safeguard all your AI applications. Okay, and third thing is the app security, right? If your app is a are protect, right? The one thing which I've noticed, I think last month somebody was telling me that the AI is one of his program is not working because the API is not working. Then I noticed that the Microsoft upgraded the API, and then it not working, so he has to upgrade the new API. So app security and the security and the APIs keep on changing. So we have to protect using Defender for cloud. Okay, so these are the three main pillars to protect your AI applications. The first is the Purview. second will be your Azure AI application, and third will be your app security, which is make your app secure, right? So I can talk about entire day about the security part, but we have to limit. I have only 25 minutes in that case right now, right? So let's just go back, right? Think about a simple app organizations, which is a global organizations, call as Contoso, right? And the Contoso, they want to have their operations. It's a global company, have offices in Philippines, in Asia, Thailand, Myanmar, and India, Pakistan, as well as they have offices in New Zealand, Australia, Europe, and USA, right? But they're new to AI applications, right? And they thought that their operations, because they have a lot of things, they have R&D, research and development team is in Philippines, and also in India, and some places in Singapore. So they want to protect they have issues with how the research development, I mentioned about iPhones and Samsung, right? They want to have security, the data should be not leaked. So they want to protect that thing, right? And they also want to have a challenge of balancing the AI innovations with the sensitive information. So lot of research documents they are making. Is this company make lot of travel documents, a lot of products for the travels, and this is patented informations. So they want to make it safe, right? Now, what we will do, we use a solution. We talk about something called as using Purview. We use something called as insider risk management and DLP policies to control it, right? That is a very, very important aspect, because if the insider information is somebody inside from Contoso is sharing the information to the external people, or inside, even it's a actual legitimate user, we want to protect that no person should be able to using the Gemini or Azure Bedrock. They should only Copilot, right? So we can have the DL policy inside, right? So they want to have some these restrictions, and they have enhanced security. So these are the three things we will try to implement in our solution, so that you got the background, right? This is a global organizations. They just want to have innovation, but they want to are scared, again 48% people, right? They don't know how to do it. Now using Purview and with DLP policies, we can make it life easy for Contoso, right? That is our goal will be, right? So let's go to step by step, and then we work on the demos, right? So first step will be actually try to create a risk management policies, because we know that there is there, right? And people can copy the things inside, right? So we will have to onboard all the users, all the devices, using the your onboarding documents, right? So onboarding all your devices, right, using Purview. So anything which is tracked like criminal usage, hate, violence, pornography, nude visibility, everything will be tracked by the organizations. Super important and super good if you're using Purview. Okay. The third thing, the second thing is about to, we have to put the risk level. Now, as an example, I'm into Conto, so I want to share with my person in Philippines to maybe Europe person, right? Here I'm working with him, right? So because my risk is very low, and I can share the information with him, because I'm working on the travel gadget, I'm working with him, so I can no issue. But I'm not in that particular department. I'm into maybe into HR department. I'm sharing that, want to share with something, then my risk will be very high, right? Because it's a risky thing. So we have to protect our users, that if the user are into that department and that product is okay, but if somebody is not involved in that project, we have to increase the risk for that. So these can be easily controlled in our use case, right? And the third thing will be, we include, I mentioned to you in the use case that the Contoso doesn't want to have Gemini and doesn't want to do Bedrocks. They want to use only Copilot. And here, what we can do here, we can have some DLP policies, is that all your GenAI policies, no copy pasting can be done, because it's a sensitive information. Only people who are using Microsoft Copilot, whether it's a Bing or whether it's using Power Platform, only those can be used, but non Microsoft products will be banned, right? So we are doing what we're doing, making security in a good way that only Microsoft will be used in the GenAI applications and not non-Microsoft will be. So anything which is example ChatGPT, Gemini, or Amazon Bedrock, they're using it, they will ban because they said sorry, please use Microsoft technologies because they're safe, secure. In that way, we can do. So these are the things we will implement in our demo, right? And then adaptive protection, right? Now, what is adaptive protection? So what is the adaptive thing? Think about, I mentioned about the user, right? I'm a user, I'm working in a R&D department in Philippines. I have a user in France, in Paris, right? We both are in R&D department, right? So no issue. So machine learning will kick in, and then this user is actually sharing, so risk will be very less. However, if a user is calling from operation department or security department, then automatically machine learning will kick in and will increase the risk and tell to his manager that this guy is sharing the information which is he's not supposed to do. Like this travel gadget he's making, right? Is his operation is not from R&D department. So that guy will be flagged, and then he will be have some kind of a case will be happening. Then it will be either he will be removed from the job or he have to give why he's doing it. So these are adaptive protection. The good thing is that in Purview, you have to just do this turn on this particular option, and then you are done with this, right? So by default it's off, but we can do again. This is in the Purview, is in preview, so don't use it. You can use it for the dev things, but I think in few months it will be in GA. Then you can make it in production. Okay, so that is something we will do, and let's see how we can implement for this our case study in reality. Okay, so let's go to my first thing is our important thing is my AI application, right? So first thing is that I want to block the Gen AI application. So what I will do, first thing I go to my security. The start task one is to go to security and block the users who are using the non-AI applications. That is very important to take note of this. Okay, that we will do right now. Okay, so you got the idea on that. Okay, it takes some time because it is something this is something new, and at times it is the things are not so strong at this point of time. I mean, in the UI is new, so it may be getting some kind of hiccups. So don't worry on this. It's something which is Microsoft keep updating the things, right? So I'll just go to the I don't use dark mode because it's not so clear. So I will use the light mode because it will be easier for you to view it. Okay, so first thing first, we will try to block the AI usage, right? So if this is my security thing, right? And you can see the risk, right? You can see the risk. The 3 users have high risk, right? If I click on this, I can if I see the users, this is my demo tenant. I can see the risk, right? And this is a very open, right? So RO is an order risk. I'm testing is okay. Then I see that my department, the sellers team is also using it. So they are on risk. Another user of my department is using it. So these are the risky users, right? I have to do something on that, right? However, I'm not too keen because I know these people, they're just trying it out. So what I want to do is that I will go to my the cloud apps. First, I will go to my endpoint, right? I want to see if my endpoints, the defender is enabled. Okay, so I mentioned you that onboarding. So first thing we do is enable onboarding all the devices. The example thing about those Contoso people, all their 50,000, 10,000 users are using Windows 11. They're not using Linux. It's not obviously the case, but assuming that it's a completely Microsoft company, they're using all Microsoft products, so they're using this thing. right? So by default, here we have to enable few settings, like here the customer indicators and this thing enabled. These are by default is off. So if you want to do onboarding the custom applications, I want to unblock, you have to turn on these two fields and then it will working, right? By default is off, the custom indicators and defender for apps. Okay, I'm done with that because I've already done it. The other things I have on to do is I want to go to my app catalog, right? All my apps across my stack of technologies, these are all my stack, right? You can see the all my Microsoft technologies. I can see Windows, everything I can do, but I'm more focused on the GenAI applications, right? In the GenAI applications, the more important aspect is that let me disable it. And I just disable this as well. Disable it with this. Okay. Now our use case is that we have to use GenAI applications. We can use Microsoft technologies, but we can't use the Amazon, and also I can't use Google, right? So example, if somebody, any user from Philippines, from Europe, want to check Amazon Lex, he can still see it, but me as an IT pro, what I will do, I can actually block it, right? So unsanctioned, which means all the users can't see this thing. So example, if I go to unsanctioned application, we can see the category. Although this is a very good application for GenAI applications because the Contour doesn't want to use it, so we have to avoid. You can see the security, compliance, everything is good, but because of the compliance, we can't use it. Okay. Same thing I will do for the Gemini, right? Think about GenAI. This is very good applications, but from the compliance that is again, the rating is 1 to 10 by Microsoft, but you see here the general thing is not so good. Security is good, compliance is good, legal is good, but again, we are against the compliance from Contour, so I want to block it. So what I will do, the step 2, I have to disable these applications. That is something which we'll do as my task 2, task 1, right? Okay. The next thing I will do is I go to the compliance, right? Let's go to my compliance. And when you go to compliance, we talk about Microsoft Purview. Okay. So in Microsoft Purview, I want to do a couple of things. I want to protect my users. Now I have blocked my users. I want to have security that they can't use AI features, right? So I have to do some configuration at the Purview level, right? So there are a lot of things which I can do. Maybe I can just go to operations. I go to the solutions. I can go to a lot of things I can do. I go to click on something called as a data security posture for AI. So we are talking about data security. And here now, I just want to give you this thing at least half a day or 2 days. I will give a demo, and in my previous demo in Singapore, these things were configured and these were not configured, right? So I have to do after things. So in general, again, in general, it's a new tenant. All these will be all be unchecked, right? Because I've already enabled Purview audit, because you know audit, right? If you want to do have some kind of a shape and sharing with other users and all, so audit can be done with that. Same thing for the Purview. So all things I have already configured. So it's, you can see that one here, right? So I can see all my aspect. I can see all reports, all details. So if I click on my Copilot, you see the Copilot Studio, there's some user is interacting. I can see his activity. So here you can see that, okay, I have some license that, so I have some license issues there, but I have no permission, not license, the permissions. But when you're working on the into Purview, you need some kind of a permission. So here, although I'm admin, but I don't have permission. So this is something which you have to take note. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Then what we will do, go to the recommendations. All right. So in the recommendations, this data posture will give you a guidance, right? And it's up to us that you the security that person, that are you doing correctly or not. Okay. So what I've done that they have two things I have already completed. and things which are 8 things which are not started. So let's go to some which not started. Think about unethical AI behavior. So what I can do, I can this, and I'm going to create a policy. Me as a IT pro and a security person, I want to avoid that no other things can be created except Microsoft, no DNA, and should be impact the users. So anything which is about the data theft or the data poisoning, there's no policy. But here, what I can do under this unethical behavior of AI, I can create policy. In this way, you can see that all my prompts will be based on my internal users only. Again, it will don't impact my communication, it won't impact anything, but in this particular way, I can control that unethical behavior of AI, like jailbreaking, poisoning, data poisoning, or by prompt injections. Okay, so what I will do, I create a policy. What I will do, I click on this, a policy, and then after a few seconds, again, it takes half a day or 1 day. So I don't want to show you, but I want to show you that how easy for you as an IT pro or as a security person, the policy is created. Now this is very easy done with this, but you see that AI Hub unethical policy for Copilot is generated, right? So that is it. Now what I can do here, that if I click on my recommendations, 3 things are done. Now I have, rather than 8, I have 7, right? Now let's create something called fortify your data security. Okay, so I go something called as, right now I mentioned to that we have to block AI sites. I mentioned to you, right? We have done that part, but I have not done the policy. Right now, I want to create a policy. So I mentioned to you here that when using the protection of the AI, block the AI sites, we have to create a policy. So step 1 we have done from the security standpoint, but for compliance part we have not done yet. So I have to put a DLP policy with this, right? So what I can do, I can just create a policy. Let me go to my DLP policy here. Let me just do duplicate and share with you. Yeah. So under DLP policies, I have created the AI policies to protect my users, right? So if I do this thing, right? So like, yeah, AI sites, right? So when I just want to show you that how I have done it. So I go to this edit policy. It takes some time. This is a new user interface, so you have to bear with me. But just want to give a concept is that when we are using this AI sites, all your artifacts in SharePoint, your OneDrive, Exchange, all will be uh, updated as well, right? It's just not your devices like your Windows application, but also your SharePoint, right? So in this, so no copy pasting can be done, and that, and also what I can do, I can just put the locations. So here, what I can do, I can I can update that. It's just not the devices. I want to also protect. Again, I want to also protect my SharePoint. I also protect my Exchange, my Teams, and OneDrive. So what I'm doing, I'm customizing the DLP policies to block my AI things just for not for devices, but also for my other artifacts, which is you can see on my screen, right? So I can click on that. Okay, and then you can, if I click on my sensitive information on GenAI sites, I click on edit. We can see all this is when you create that policies, right, in the DLP from Purview, all the sensitive information is already pre-filled for me, right? So all my the data from all the countries, because it's a Contoso is a global application country, and it's a global company. So they have offices in Australia, offices in Brazil. All things are safe, right? That is important to take note that the security sensitive information is already controlled by your AI policy, right? The other things is to take note is about the pasting of informations. If because my users are into Microsoft, not GenAI applications, what I can configure that I want to audit, right? I want to also block is that any any other application, Gemini or Amazon Brack, they can't access at all. And the information which shown to the C level as well to your manager, which you can configure. So this is the way I can restrict the sensitive information from my GenAI applications. This is super important to take note here. Okay, and then I can apply. I can do other things as well, right? And then I should priority should be 1 or 2 irrespective. So I click on save. Okay, so I'm customizing policies. Now earlier I was just doing for a demo. Now I want to do I was doing simulation. I did some changes, right? Let me do simulation just for IT team. They will do the things, and then we can roll out to entire contours for people, because it's something new we did, right? So always try to do a simple test simulation first, and then if it's working fine, then only you do the for global policies. So I do a testing mode now, and then this is my policies inside, and I click on submit. So what I'm sharing with you is that the 2-3 things which I have shared with you, that the blocking of the AI applications, the fostering, and not all the departments can share the informations. All 3 things we have configured in this demo. I know I did everything in a very short time, but do implementation. I give something very important to take note here. Implementation of the policies is a super easy things. Okay, I repeat, any implementation, whether it's your SharePoint or your Purview, is very simple. What is more time consuming is your discussion with your stakeholders. Okay, I have this thing learned from my experience. Policies can be done within few days, right? But I've seen in many organizations, right, policies take months, maybe some years to get approved by management. Okay, so when you do any kind of thing, please do share this. The 48% we're talking about, share this to your management, that because of this 48% people are banning, we have policies which through which Purview I showed you with you, right? All can be done, and show them in as a demo. They maybe the management may not understand. Show the screenshot with them, that this is a way we can protect our users. Once you've done rollout, then they just put sign off, then implementation much easier. So getting approval, buy-in by the management is always crucial. If you do implementation just for IT department, it's a badge of failure, because it will be not be used by entire organization. So important thing to take note is that any policies, whether it's AI policies, team policies, SharePoint policies, OneDrive policies, has to be buy-in by the senior management. If they approve, only you do the implementations. Now I'm talking about the very large organizations like Google and Microsoft. I'm talking about a 10 people company. Rules are same. 10 people company will take maybe 3-4 days only, but in the people we have 200,000 people or 50,000 users, management will take some time. So please ensure that when you're doing any security or policies, you buy in from your stakeholders, your management, and then do the policies. That is my topic. Any questions? Or one thing I want to share with you is that about the Purview. So Purview is on the trial on H3, and it's only for a couple of organizations are eligible, right? Microsoft G5 is no available there, because the Microsoft government doesn't use that. They have their hybrid things. However, if you want to use Purview, I can use the in E5, A5, and G5, and it can be work for you. However, another thing is that if you don't, if pricing is pretty high, you can get add-ons, right? So you can buy the E5 with the subscription for your compliance or core for add-ons. So you can do anything from there. So in short, Purview has to be used. What I shared with you, that license is required. Without license, nothing you do. You can do for 60 days trial, is that, sorry, 90 days trial, you can try it, share with your management, and then once the management say yes, okay, then you can implement either with your E3 license, or you can upgrade to your E5 or G5 license. So that is important to take note. Other thing is that Purview have many features: DLP policies, information protection, the insider risk protection, communication plans, auditing, information governance. So many things are there. I mean, it will be so tough to show everything. Just give you that guidance that how it's possible to share with you on this. So this is something I want to share about my topic. So anyone have questions, you can just ask me. There is one, anyone has any questions? I don't know whether questions are there inside.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank you for such a excellent session. It's not only about just cyber security, but we come to know like what are the things we can do under Purview to control our, the content, how to secure the applications. I and a few things I really appreciate because you mentioned few things very clearly. It's very easy to apply the policy, but very hard to get the approvals or stakeholders concerns their even to explain them sometime. So
Yes,
I have also worked in a global company, and if you want to apply some policies on top of entire organizations, it is quite hard, like sometime even it takes few months only just to
yes,
take the approvals.
yeah,
So
agree,
that's
agree,
very common.
agree. Yeah. So the
Yeah,
implementation is
so
very easy. The what is important is to get a buy-in from the stakeholders. Yeah. So
yeah,
yeah.
correct.
Thanks,
So
thanks,
let me
Revant.
share
I really
you.
appreciate. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so let me share you some questions came from some attendees.
Yeah.
Let me give you first is like some attendees that appreciate your sessions as well. They have said thank you for this excellent sessions and excellent session and insight about this security. One question is how does Gen AI handle the data privacy and prevent unauthorized access?
Yeah, so unauthorized access, if you're using if the pre-built, there are two parts in that. If you're using pre-built applications, Microsoft will ensure it, no issue with that. Okay, so example, I'm using inbuilt Microsoft stack of technologies. I'm not integrating with third-party applications like Salesforce and or SAP or Oracle. Then Microsoft will take care of that. But the custom web part is a custom applications. The security, I showed you that one thing. The one thing which is I did share is about the compliance part. Compliance is there. Example, in Philippines they have in Singapore we have some called as a PII information, right? So the security, it's a data security, right? This is a personal information, right? So in Singapore, we can't share our passport information. We can't share about our national IDs, right? Even government can't do it as well, right? So if you want to do policies inside, right, you make another policy for Philippines saying that I want to do a data policies for my personal data for Philippines user point of view, right? So what I will do, I will create another data policies only for the people who are into Contoso, I mean your applications using data policy inside. So in that case, any user who want to have, for example, they have a lot of vendors, right? Want to ask some questions. So those questions will be answered because we are keep telling the customer vendor that this data parity can't share you. I can share only few numbers of your my NRIC. Other thing you can just change of that. So data security part is I'm talking about compliance part. The other is about your data, entire data, right? That is it is not a compliance but a security. So when you're doing applications, right? First thing first is always protect your APIs. When I'm telling about my one of my users, right? He have no the AI was the API was not secure. So I told him to please secure the API, and then so that when you do any transaction, no scammer can use that API because it's protected. So in that way, I should mention you both from governance standpoint and also from security standpoint that what we can done. So this is a way you can ensure that both your compliance and security is controlled. I mean, they are give you more. There are a lot of other in, but these two things will actually safeguard your data security.
Yeah, that's great answer.
Yeah.
I'll not take much time. I'll again jump into another question. One question is, what role does the encryption play in securing AI generated content?
Security. So one thing to there two parts again. Let's split into two parts. One is that you don't have purview. I mean, a lot of people don't have purview, right? But you may have a SharePoint, right? So the security by default, when you're using E3 or even for things, right? Security is inbuilt into SharePoint. Example, I give an example of SharePoint because everyone knows about SharePoint. So I'm uploading a document into SharePoint, right? So when I upload a document, it's not into uploading into their Microsoft data center. It's split into two different regions. One in Singapore, one in Hong Kong. Again in Philippines and Australia, different things. So it's a security will be split. So example is somebody. I'm talking about a very bad example that somebody used my credentials, Aro Shukla credentials, and he want to hack my account. Okay, and that user is actually signing in from maybe from Namibia, right? So because I'm based in Singapore, all right. So obviously I will be flagged. The my policy will be flagged that this user has a R is mostly based in Singapore, but the somebody using RO's account, but the account is from Namibia, so my sign in will be blocked, right? That is
Hmm.
called as a risky sign in, right? So if even I'm moved to Nigeria for some project rather, and then what had happened, right? I get an MFA that although I'm actually RO, I'm not a hacker. I just traveled to Namibia for some fun activity. I want to log in, and that way that I will having a 2FA that using my phone that I can do. This is actually myself is not some hacker. But if the hacker, he can't keep a sign in because the phone is with me, right? So this is the way that security can be in place in that. In the if you have a E3, if you don't have E5. In E5, I showed you many ways you can do data security. But talking about people who don't have the Purview, because Purview license is slightly costly, right? So I'm talking about E3 licensing point of view, and this can be done using your licensing inside.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the one who has asked our attendees might has understand this one,
Yeah.
and also they got a very insightful idea about how they can apply compliance and security on top of their actually GenAI applications. Not only GenAI, entire even Microsoft platform we can apply even for the SharePoint or even if we are connecting with some another sources as well.
Yeah.
So that's how it will it is there. So this is one of the great topic. Thank you, Mr. Aro, for
Yeah.
this exciting topic. And actually, we are running out of time, but still there
Yeah.
are some
Yeah.
more
That's
questions